morning, sir. Would you introduce yourself? Tell us your name and your DOC number, please.
Good morning. My name is Damen Judy, 520-645.
All right, letting my file open up, Mr. Judy. This is you were here, you appeared before parole board in 2021, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you're familiar with the process. So we'll just jump right in. So for the record, classified as a third felony offender, you're currently serving a 10-year sentence for simple burglary and as a habitual offender for simple burglary. Two separate docket, 2 counts. Your parole eligibility date was December 2nd, 2019, and you have a good time date, which is June 6th of 2026. Does that sound accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
And why, do you remember why you were denied in 2021?
It was because of my disciplinary conduct record.
And I see where, let's see, you had not, your last one at that time, I believe, was in 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
That's still your last write-up?
Yes, ma'am.
No write-up since then?
No, ma'am.
That was, you had, that was a contraband and you lost 60 days. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. I then received those 60 days back for no disciplinary.
I do see that. You did have all 60 days restored, so that's great. So tell us what have you been doing since that hearing? What have you been, I see you have lots of skills that you've been, excuse me, you have 315 hours for pipe fitting.
Yes, ma'am.
You have done some on-the-job training for HVAC.
Yes, ma'am.
It's electrician, so you've got all kind of different skill sets.
Yes, ma'am. I'm also a Class A trustee and do a lot of work around the prison.
Well, what's your favorite out of all the things I mentioned? Pipe fitting, air conditioning, refrigeration, electrician. What's your favorite?
Probably pipe fitting. That's I like doing that.
Will you get to do any of that around the prison?
Oh, we actually did. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, good. How long have you been a Class A trustee?
For close to 3 years now.
And how long have you been in jail?
Since 2017, August 1st, 2017.
Almost 6 years, almost.
6 years, yes, ma'am, and I earned a year of good time as well.
I do see that. Yes, 440 days maxed out on it.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about your, do you have your GED?
Yes,
Or high
ma'am,
school?
I do. I did get my diploma. Yes, ma'am.
Good. When did you get that?
Just recently, we graduate this Thursday.
Oh, that's, this week. Oh,
Yes,
well, then
yes, ma'am.
congratulations. I know you're proud of that. You should be.
Thank you.
What is your job? What is your job there at the facility?
I'm a tractor operator, and I run a little mini excavator. I do painting. I do really whatever they ask me to do, but I run the equipment for the most part.
Tell us about, I'm assuming, and it looks like that your offenses were drug related.
Yes, ma'am. In a way, yes, ma'am.
What was the drug of choice for you?
Just weed, smoking marijuana. I was, snorted cocaine, a couple ecstasy, things of that sort.
Alcohol? Also?
No, ma'am, no alcohol.
Alcohol. So what kind of drug education or treatment classes have you taken advantage of?
I got into a self-help program, the NA and AA organization, and I worked the 12 steps a few times. I still continue to work the steps. I got me a sponsor that I actually work the steps with. I did a living in balance phase 1 and a living in balance phase 2, which is a drug treatment program that teaches you your triggers and, about people, places, and things and that sort, to stay away from certain types of individuals, certain scenarios and different environments,
Where'd you do those programs?
Here at Allen Correctional.
You didn't do well in the Orleans in the reentry program. You were at Angola for a little while.
Yes, ma'am. That was when I first got to prison, and I was in the wrong mindset. So I come to Jesus meeting with me and Jesus, and I was blessed by the Holy Spirit, and I got baptized. And ever since then, I've turned my life around, and I've been doing what I'm supposed to do, and just building myself up and looking forward in life.
That happened since you've been there in Allen?
Yes, ma'am. The moment I got shipped from Angola, I changed all my ways, and I didn't want to live like that anymore. I just didn't want to live how I was living, so I changed my ways.
What happened with that contraband write-up?
That was when I was in Angola. Yes, ma'am. I was
Were
ma'am.
you? It says in 2020 you were there. That's right. You got there at 2021. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So tell us about if you were successful. Well, it looks like victims in this case and is your own family. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am. That was my sister.
Yeah. We have your mother here who'll be speaking on your behalf. I recognized her earlier, but she's going to be talking about you. But your family is unopposed to an early release for you. What would be your transition plan should you be successful today?
Well, I got a residence to go to. I'm gonna check in with probation and parole, and then I plan to get in with the AA organization out there that's down the street from my house. They got an AA meeting that meets every day of the week, actually, right down the street from my house. I also have the Church of the King that I'm gonna go to and join that organization as well.
Where is your house? You say right down the street from your house. Where is it?
Covington, Louisiana.
Covington. Who lives there?
My mother owns the house, but I will be the only one living there until my son comes home this October. He's discharging from the military.
So your son will be living with you?
Yes, ma'am. He's gonna be there until he gets his house built. Yes, ma'am.
So what about, okay, so you're going to connect with AA, that's your sobriety plan?
Yes, ma'am.
What about work?
I'm a power driver by trade and run heavy machinery, and they have plenty of work waiting for me. Through the Army Corps of Engineers, we do subcontracting jobs through the Army Corps of Engineers.
Who does subcontracting jobs?
Philip Blanchard is my supervisor. It's a private owned construction company.
What's the name of it?
Shapers and Whittle.
Shapers and Whittle?
Shapers and Whittle, yes, ma'am. It's off of Engineers Road, New Orleans.
Okay. And you've communicated with them?
Yes, ma'am. I've contacted the supervisor. I've worked for the company before, and they love me because I did a lot of good production.
Since you've been on supervision, they know your current status as a felon, convicted felon?
Yes, ma'am.
What's your plan to not come back to prison?
To never live that type of lifestyle ever again. I'm gonna stay family oriented. And I'm gonna keep myself distanced from people that's not living right. I have no interest in that whatsoever anymore. This was detrimental to me and my family. So I have no intentions of ever getting involved with that type of community or people ever again.
Well, you say it was detrimental to your family, and I agree, but I don't know that it was detrimental to you because you've grown and changed.
Yes, ma'am. I did. I changed for the better. Yes, ma'am.
It was probably a blessing to you.
In a way it was. Yes, it was.
Okay, I don't have any other questions. Let me ask Warden Thompson, is there anything you can add about Mr. Judy?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I met Brother Judy many years ago when I was assistant warden at Angola. And I can honestly say he was in a dark place at that particular time. You can see by his record, he was utilizing a lot of drugs, et cetera, et cetera. And I mean, he wasn't doing well at all. A little bit later on, I ended up transferring here and not knowing that Judy was here. And when I first seen him, I seen him outside the perimeter area on a tractor. And he's been doing exceptionally well ever since day one when I first seen him. And he's done a lot for the facility. He works very hard. He stays out of trouble. He applies himself well, and I'm very proud of him.
All right, thank you, sir. Any other questions? So let's hear from Miss Marie Blanchard, your mother, ma'am. We'd like to hear what you have to say.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I just want to, first off, I want to say congratulations to Damon for getting his GED. And we're very proud of him. And, you know, we're a small family. We're a good family, and we support Damon 100%. We're willing to give him that second chance and all the support he needs to achieve what he needs to in life to be successful. He's got a comfortable home to come to. You know, he's had a couple of job offers from people, friends of people outside, friends of the family. They're willing to give him a chance. You know, and we just would like to see Damon have a second chance. That's pretty much all I have to say.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Damon, anything you want to say to us before we vote?
Yes, ma'am. I wanted to thank you for this opportunity. And that I'm sorry for what I did, and I really did change my ways. And I have nothing but the utmost respect for people and my family and for doing the next right thing in life, even when nobody's looking.
All right. All right, well, I'll be voting first. I enjoyed talking to you today. I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I agree with your mother. We're all very proud of you for your GED and accept that with pride, that diploma with pride on Thursday. My vote today is to grant your parole based on the information provided by the warden, and I think you have a good plan in place. And I think your son coming home is probably a pretty good inspiration for you to do well. I would add a special condition that you do attend at least a minimum of 2 AA meetings a week for the duration of your supervision, and that you must submit to random drug screens by your PA. That's my
Yes,
vote. Wise.
Damien, I am impressed too with what you had to say today with your record. You have low needs, low risk. I concur with my colleague. My vote is to grant, but it's after graduation on Thursday. I want you to stay and poke all that in. That's my vote.
Yes.
My vote is the same, Judy. You have done quite well.
All right, you've been granted parole. Good luck to you. We don't want to see you again unless it's like that. Wow.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You do.
Right.